Welcome to the Crypto Gains Club. I am Anon. Welcome back. It's been a while. I've been missing. Okay, I had dispersed into the ether, and I have now reformulated myself or put myself back together. Whatever the nerdy term for that is, that's what I've done. What I've also done is and you might be able to notice, if you are so detail oriented to have picked up on this, you might have noticed my voice is different. Why is it different? It is different because I am transitioning. That is correct. I am transitioning. I am becoming an AI. I am becoming a cyborg. I am infusing myself into the ether of Pulse Chain and the ether of the PH ecosystem, and I am becoming one. I am becoming one with the synergistic community. Okay? So that's why I have changed my voice. Okay? But enough of that. Let's get right into this shit. Let's talk about why you guys are here. You want the good stuff. I'm going to give you the good stuff. I'm going to give you that dose, that hit you need of degeneration. You guys are from the degeneration, okay? That is your new generation, the degeneration. Welcome, degenerates. Let's talk about FAME. Let's talk about PHIAT. Let's talk about PHUX. Okay? Let's get it. All right. What are we looking at here? Well, it's been a little while, so we got a lot to cover. We're going to try to rip through it, and then I'm going to do some examples. Okay? I'm going to show you some real life motherfucking examples. Let's go. All right. FAME. Well, last time I talked to you, I think the PHLP pool was maybe like 2.8 million. Well, guess what? It's 3.2 million. Boy, son, brother, listen up. It's 3.2 million PHLP pool. Killing it. Let's go. What are we making off that? We're making $839,000 in fees, total fees. It is just monstrous. You don't understand what's happening. You're missing out. You are not plugged in. You know, there's all this conversation of unplugging for the matrix. No, motherfucker. Plug into the matrix. Join me in this matrix, okay? Matrix of money. I'm rolling around in these numbers, okay? I'm rolling around in this $3.2 million in this pool. You have no idea what it's like. Come join me on this experience. Transition. Transition with me. All right, let's go on this matrix journey together. All right, so that's looking really good. And what are we getting? We're getting 112% APR from holding our PHLP. That is fantastic. That is amazing, mind-blowing, beautiful. But still, we can do better. How can we do better? Well, look, the RAP BTC is a little underserved. It's it's not quite at that 3%, and you got some of these that are above their target. So we could really push that, right? We can really push that. You got your stables that are, they're underwhelming a little bit. They're all in the 12% range, and they should be 15. So, those are rookie numbers. Let's pump those. Okay, let's get that ball rolling. It's only 1.4 mil or something. What is that? Something like that. 1.5, 1.4. It's 30%. Okay, no, sorry, 45% of this total pool is in stables. Let's pump it up a little bit. Let's get these shorts going. Okay. What else we got? Let's go to Earn tab. FAME. What are we looking at for FAME? Well, the price pumped. It pumped. Okay. While you were unplugged from the matrix, the price was pumping, leaving you behind. Okay. Let's see what that price looks like. Oh, no, not that. We'll get to that. Maybe maybe. Let's go to, I don't want that one, I want this one. A little simple, a little simpler. We'll see. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's spread these. Let's spread these bar cheeks. I don't know. Okay, this is the matrix. You gotta get what you can get. Okay, if these are the cheeks you get in the matrix, these are the cheeks you're gonna get right here. They're a little lopsided. Okay, maybe they're boobies, maybe they're cheeks. Whatever this is what you're getting. But still, come join me in the matrix, brother. Yeah. So what happened? What is this? What are these green dildos doing here? Well, they're pumping us to the moon. That is exactly what they're doing. There was a guy in the Telegram chats, in the PHAME Telegram chat, and he was asking questions. He was learning. You know what he learned? He learned he wanted to own 2% of the total supply. So the guy said, I'm going to buy 2%. And you know what? That son of a bitch, he did it. He bought 2% of the supply. Okay? And he pumped the price 97%. What a G. What a fucking G. Hats off, homeboy. Good job. So, there's big players out there that are making big moves. They see opportunity, they see value, and then they go for it. It's too bad. Sometimes, the saying goes that if you want to onboard somebody with some money, because it's going to be much easier to convince them to depart with their money, to invest their money, to take some risk. But when you try talking to somebody that doesn't have money, doesn't know how to manage money, they're generally very conservative, to annoying levels. That was not this guy. This guy, he's a whale. He proved it. He did what he said he was going to do. Awesome. Love it. So chart's looking good. We had a little bit of retrace, but who cares? I mean, if you're going to pump 97%, I'm okay with a little bit of a retrace. We're down we're not down. It's like 18, 20% or something. Okay? So we're doing good there. Let's go back to PHAME. What else we got? Price was pumping. Beautiful. We're getting 10.25% APR from staking PHAME. Okay? That's good too. I like that. I like 10%. 10% is a good number. But you know what's a better number? 112%. And that's what you're getting when you have PHLP. Okay? But the way PHLP works, and I've covered this before, if you hold it in your wallet, you're getting your APR. Okay? You don't have to stake it. You don't. You just have to hold it in your wallet. But you actually don't even have to hold it in your wallet. What do you have to do? Well, what else can you do? You can go to 4G. We've talked about this before too. You can stake it. But now there's something pretty cool. It's not just the 4G pool. They've got another pool where you can stake your PHLP, not stake. It's like providing liquidity. Okay, I might have used that interchangeably. My apologies, but right here, check this out. People are innovating. They are not getting complacent. They're trying to figure out ways to optimize everything. They're sometimes they're throwing shit at the wall, but sometimes it sticks, and sometimes it makes beautiful modern art. It makes Gen Z style of art. Yes, that's what their style is. They throw shit at the wall, and sometimes it resembles something, and they call that art. Okay. But anyway, the point is, you can take your PHLP, you can provide liquidity in here with these other tokens. It's called the RH yield pool. It makes sense. Pulse, Hex, PulseX. You put it into this pool, and you earn the APR that you would get from being in any other pool, like being in any other pool, right? It's very, very juicy, sweet APR. And you still earn over here, baby. You still earn this. You still get it. Okay? That's just how it works. That's how beautiful it is. This is unique to PHAME and to PHUX and just the PH ecosystem in general. It's unique to this because they took these three protocols and they created this synergistic bond between the three of them. And they have all these interdependencies. It is beautiful. So, I mean, it's pretty much no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Like, for example, if you have PHLP, you're earning APR, right? The PHLP APR. But if you're in these pools and you're providing liquidity, you're getting PHUX as a reward. You could sell that and buy back more PHLP, right? Like, why not? Why not continue to grow your bag that way? Or you can hold the PHUX, you can stake your PHUX, you can get some prime PHUX, and then you can add prime into another liquidity pool, right? You can provide liquidity on prime PHUX as well. Right? There's a lot of other things, and more. There's more. There's so much more, man. It is beautiful. Let's get into it. So, fiat. So I haven't talked enough about fiat, but they just did some major things. Major things. You might notice this already. But they upped the limits. They increased the ceiling on PLS, PulseX, and HEX. It is 60 billion, 60 billion, 50 million for those. However, yes, they increased the ceiling, but people are vultures. They are plugged into the matrix. They are in the crypto matrix of the Pulse Chain universe, and they know this, and they're sharks. They're swimming. They're coming after this stuff. They're not sharks. Maybe they might be sharks, whales, whatever. But they are swimming. They are coming after this stuff, and they eat it up. Why? So ask yourself, why would somebody want to deposit 60 billion in PLS, PulseX, and HEX? Now, it's not just one person, but why are people so interested in fiat, right? The market size for this is about 8 million, right? So why are people so into this? Like, what do they get from doing that? The staking APR for fiat isn't very much. It's only 2.36%. It's good, right? I'd rather have some APR than no APR. It's good, but it's not blowing your head off like with FAME. 10% with FAME staking or 120% with. It's not blowing you away in that sense. So why are people so interested in this? That's what you need to ask yourself. And there's a little secret that they don't really want you to know. They want this for themselves. But I'm going to tell you. This is synonymous with traditional markets in the sense that when a very wealthy person, I'll use Elon Musk as an example, he doesn't actually have to sell his stock options for Tesla. Whatever companies he's invested in. Tesla's probably his biggest one that's public. He doesn't have to sell his stock options. By not selling his stock options, what he can do to get some liquidity, to get some money, get some moolah, that's spending money for all his baby mamas and all his kids, you know what he can do? He can take a loan out against his assets. Okay? Think about that. He could take a loan out against his assets. So he can still own his assets. He's putting them up for collateral, right? Because that's how you get the loan. But he still has the ability to get that back without selling down the price, right? Because if you sold, let's say he's got $1 billion in Tesla shares that, let's say he wants $1 billion worth. One option is to sell it, but then the price is going to move against you. His other option is to put it up as collateral. The price does not move against you, so you get the full value of those shares, and then you also get the liquidity. That's what fiat is about. That's what fiat enables you to do, but you don't need permission from anyone. You don't need to ask. You don't need to sign a bunch of paperwork. You interact with the protocol, and it gives you that option, and it'll hold you to it. If you're a bad actor in this protocol, meaning you don't hold up to your liabilities, like for example, paying back your loan if you so choose, then you're going to get liquidated if the price moves in the wrong direction for you. So think about that. But still, despite that, people are depositing in here. Why? Well, we're still near the bottom, right? We're at still very low prices. We're under SAC for Pulse and PulseX. Hex is in the 1.4 cent range. It is cheap. It is very low, but that means there's opportunity. And I think people have a lot of faith in these tokens performing well, and they're depositing in here on the chance that if the price pumps, they will have a lot of liquidity available to them because they've already deposited. Now, it's hard for somebody to get in. If I wanted to get in right now, I can't, right? Like those assets are packed up. But, maybe I can get into the wrapped ETH or the wrapped Bitcoin, right? So there is some opportunity, but not a lot. It's unfortunate, but I'm trying to tell you, if you pay attention to this, the way that those people are vultures and watching this, plugged into the matrix 24/7, they're just soaking all these ones and zeros up, right? And they're just waiting. They're waiting for these opportunities to come, and they do come. And they don't just have to necessarily raise the limits, the ceiling on these deposits. This can happen from somebody just withdrawing some of their deposits, right? And if you're paying attention, you might have some space for you to sneak in. So I'm just telling you, pay attention. This is definitely the move, okay? And then there's a lot of things you can do, right? You can go long, you can go short with fiat. It's different than going long and short than FAME. With FAME, you are not trading spot, right? It's a player versus player, but in fiat, you would buy and sell spot. So let's say I deposited a bunch of stables, and I wanted to short Pulse for whatever reason. I don't know what the price is. I'm not actually saying to do this as an example. If I wanted to short Pulse, I would deposit some fiat, borrow some Pulse, and then go on the open market and sell that Pulse. Like I might go to PHUX, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's not loading. Oh, strange. Oh, there it is. This is a DEX aggregator. I love it. I love this aggregator. Beautiful. It does a great job. So anyway, I would come here and I would sell it. I would sell it for. You can sell it for any asset you want, but sell it if you think it's going to go down. Buy into an asset that you think is going to appreciate or at least hold. If you think Pulse is going to dump and Hex is going to pump for whatever reason, then sell that for this, and then when it does go down, then you sell back in and you can close out. You could sell your. So if Pulse goes down in value and then Hex goes up in value, then you could sell a little bit of your Hex off that you need to pay back the loan that you just took out to borrow the PLS, pay that off, and now you are good standing again with your stables that you had deposited to take on that loan. And so you have your Hex, you return the Pulse, and you have your stables. Like, that's a win-win. That's one way to do it. You can also do the opposite, where you can deposit your Hex, borrow stables, and then on the open market you can go you can go here, you can go to PHUX, this swap right here, right? And lots of different ways, lots of things you could do. You could go there and you could buy more up, and if the price moves up in your favor, then great. You get to deposit, you get to pocket the profits and just return what you borrowed plus the little bit of interest you had to pay. That's a good deal. So, yeah, man, that's how you use this stuff. So, all right, let's go. Let's keep moving on. I've talked a lot about that, but I'm just trying to emphasize how important this is. All right, so we talked about that. Let's I actually have GMX pulled up here, and the reason why I have it pulled up is because I think I'm going to try to create a bridge between GMX and FAME, because after all, FAME is a fork of GMX. GMX has been around longer. The community seems like it's quite big and vibrant. GMX is on multiple chains. I think, for one, I'm invested in GMX. I own some GMX. I've got it staked, and it's, in the bear market, it wasn't earning me anything, hardly. Because people just weren't trading. But right now, it's doing me really well. Let's just take a peek at it, okay? The price is at 54.55, right? If we go over here, GMX, it's on Arbitrum, so go over here. Like, when it was down here, oh, well, that's the 15-minute chart. Jeez. Oh, okay. When it was down here, I wasn't earning very much in fees because people weren't trading, right? This is basically the bottom. I think I'd bought somewhere around here, rode it to the bottom, just held it. Now I rode it back up, right? And it's still been staked, and I've been earning on the sides, and it's been good now. It's been very good. Look, this is about 10.85%. That's similar to FAME, but if you look at GLP, nowhere near as good, right? GLP compared to PHLP, like we talked about, 112%. This is 24%. Now they do some other things with like a bonus multiplier and stuff, so you could bump those numbers up a bit. They do that through kind of I don't know the exact tokenomics there, but the longer you're staked, the longer you're invested, the more multiplier points you get, which gives you a higher percent boost percentage. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what that does. So, but regardless, I don't have any GLP. I did at one point. I don't anymore. I do have GMX, and I like that. I like that profile for me. It fits. I don't do trading on GMX, but there are a lot of options, and you can start to play around with. You can start to play around with V1 and V2. V1 is very similar to FAME, right? Long, short, swap, limit, trigger. All the same stuff. But V2 is a little different, gets a little creative. They got something called a funding fee. So you have the borrow fee and the funding fee. So those are two different things. I'm not going to get into that, but it's really unique. In a nutshell, if you have more long positions than short positions, the longs have to pay a fee to the shorts. To have those positions, so it kind of levels the playing field. If it's generally over, let's see, if the ratio between, I mean, come on, long positions, 2.5 million, and short positions, right now people are not very short; they're very long, and that's fine. I mean, this does fluctuate. Obviously, we did pump, so it makes sense that we have so many long positions. But in general, I have seen that more positions have been long than short, and that mechanism for the funding fee does kind of it doesn't. I don't think level the playing field isn't the word, but it does encourage a different type of incentive, right? So you know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, that's really cool. So I am going to try to start talking about that. Not because, obviously I'm a very big RH guy, very big PH guy. But I do have other tokens. So I'm not trying to silo ourselves into just one thing. I think, people can go do stuff in different places. Like, for example, I have GMX on Arbitrum because I love how fast Arbitrum is. Now, Arbitrum's not perfect. There are, security risks, blah, blah, blah. Do your research, whatever risk profile you have. But just strictly speaking on how fast the transactions are, Arbitrum is phenomenal. It is like a blink of an eye and your transaction's through. And it costs like 30 cents, so it's reasonable to do that. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. What else I was going to do? I said I was going to give you some examples, some real-world examples. What we're going to do is we're actually going to buy. I've got some Pulse here, and we're going to buy some. Let's buy some FAME. Just type that in. Boom. Okay. We're not buying large amounts. Let's see. $100. Yeah, sure, we'll buy 1 million Pulse worth, which is about 105 FAME. That's cool. Let's do it. Confirm. We got the little pop-up window. I'm just gonna run through that. I'm also going to buy, let's buy some fiat. We'll do the same thing. We'll buy 1 million. So that came out to about 301 fiat. Excuse me. Wait for those to go through. And the reason why we're doing that is because we are going to provide some LP. That's right. We're doing it. We're going to provide some LP. We can do it on this one since we have both of these. Okay, so this is called the Pareto pool. 80% is PHAME and 20% is PLS. So what that means is 80% of the tokens in this pool are made up of PHAME tokens, and then 20% is made up of PLS. Now the way that works, in other dexes you need a 1-to-1. Uniswap originally it was like that. You have to provide equal amount of tokens in both. On this you don't have to do that. Now the token that has the larger percentage is, you can think about it in the sense that that's the one you value more, or that you want to have appreciate more. Now you're going to be depositing more into this, but so that also, that one, it raises the liquidity, so that's good. You want people to have the ability to buy up the coins that you have. People say they love low liquidity, but they they love low liquidity for other people, but they want high liquidity for themselves. Personally, I want everybody to have high liquidity for assets that are valuable, right? And so this is one way to build that up. So we'll get into add liquidity. They've made it easy for us. Since I'll just do the max here. So let's say that's the total balance that I just had bought, right? 105 PHAME tokens, and I can add a proportional suggestion. So this figures, it does the math for me, so I don't have to figure out what's 20% and what's 80%. Nope, this already did the math for me. That means 248,000 plus gets paired up. So I'll say, okay, cool, we'll preview that. We're gonna approve. So when this comes up, because this is the first time using the PHAME token itself, I'm going to have to approve the token. I approve the token, and then I get to confirm the deposit. It's probably not, you can click off of this, but if you don't have to, just stay on this page because you got 2 transactions you need to do. So 1 and 2. So now I can add liquidity now that I approved. Approve PHAME. It's adding liquidity. All right. So now you can see that I've added the liquidity. Both of these are in the pool, and what I can do now from there is, if I choose to stake this, let me go. I'll go back to that. I just want to show you something. Okay, so now I'm earning from this pool, but if I decide to stake this in exchange, I technically have an LP token that represents this pool. You're not going to see it when you go to your MetaMask, but it's there, right? You did the transaction. Where am I? Okay, but if I stake it, then I can earn more. So I don't really plan to do anything with this. I'm not trying to remove the liquidity. If I'm doing LP, my thought process is it's going to be for a very, very long period of time. Okay, so I have no problem staking it and getting the LP token. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to approve the Pareto LP token to be staked. And then the reason why I do that is I just earn more. Okay, now I'm going to stake it. I have to that was approved. Yeah, if this is Arbitrum, it would have gone through like in a split second. Okay, so this tells me the total share of this pool. And the reason why it tells me that, and it is important, actually, this number, obviously this isn't the exact number. You would have to figure out the exact number, you would have to take, I'll show you. But the reason why it tells me that is because if I also, I'm actually going to have to buy some PHUX. I'm going to have to buy some PHUX. Yep. Okay. Let's buy some PHUX. For simplicity's sake, I'm just doing a million pulse. I'm going to buy this, confirm. You know, maybe I could have done this buying stuff before this video, but I'm actually kind of doing this on the fly. Okay. So I have, okay, so I'm staked, and for being staked, I can, my LP position is staked. Now I can earn PHUX and prime PHUX. So cool there. But the reason why I wanted to come back and, or the reason why I bought PHUX is because you see this pool is called the prime PHUX. It's an official pool from the team. This is how you get to your V PHUX. So only this pool will get you to the end goal, eventually get you to the end goal of being able to vote. That's what the V PHUX is. That is your voting ability. So you have to be staked in this pool if you want to vote. Or you have to provide liquidity for this pool if you want to vote. And then you have to stake it too. So if I provide liquidity for this, the reward I get is going to be prime PHUX. Or it's the LP token is the prime. So let's do max on the PHUX and proportional. Okay. This, I gotta approve it. I wish I had some like elevator music for you guys while we wait. Maybe I need one of those soundboards that have like those, you know, like those soundboards. You just got like sound effects hooked up to them. That'd be cool. That'd be good distraction while I do these boring parts, these transactions. What are we at? 33 minutes? Okay. It takes a long time to plug back into the matrix, guys. This should have never left the matrix. All these guys, they're telling you to exit the matrix. No. Into the matrix. Into the matrix. All right. Yeah, I love the fireworks, you know. It's a nice touch. It feels nice. It feels warm inside. I like it. Back. Okay, so now, sidetrack for a second. I wanted to check something. I don't know if I've talked about this with you guys, but this is Fatty. Fatty's cool. Fatty's cool. It's a little slow sometimes, and sometimes it does this where it does not show my wallet balance. Fatty's kind of okay. Yeah, they need some. There it is. So it's hit or miss sometimes. Maybe I gotta talk to it nice. Okay. Hold on. I know a way I can do this. Yeah, I just wanted to add that. Okay. Not a big deal. Anyway, so you can see that you have the prime PHUX. That's the pool liquidity pool token. No, here. Okay. So now I want to lock these tokens, and when I lock these, it'll give me the ability to vote. Okay. So that's why I'm going to do that. Max that out. Let's do a year. Let's go big. Preview. So when I lock this for a year, I can't touch it. I can't exit out of that. It's going to hold me to it. But YOLO. We are forever into the matrix. There's no going back. Pad 1. Join me. I'm mixing movies. Pad 1. Join me in the matrix. Okay, confirm. It's a commitment, but now that I have committed these tokens, this LP, it gives me the right to vote. Okay. Love the fireworks. Awesome. Okay, so now go over to V. Go over to the V PHUX. My unallocated votes, 100%. 100%. Okay, so I don't. Let's see. How much is my voting power? I don't even have 1% or even a fraction of a percent of the total pool. It's not much. Okay, but because I also locked it up for a longer period of time, I did get more voting power. Right. So if it's a shorter period of time, makes sense. You get a little less voting power. But even then, I don't have much. That's not the point. I just want to show you how this works. So you can take a look here, voting period. It tells you the votes that each of the pools have received. You can see the voting period when it ends. It ends in 6 days. Like I said, the epoch just flipped over. So you have some time to place your percentages, but they won't go into effect until that epoch flips over. So 6 days, you can keep changing it. It's not actually set until the next epoch. So you gotta wait a week. So where am I gonna put my votes? Well, I did just join this pool, so like I think I'm gonna, you need some beef. Huh? What? I do. I have it. I haves. Yeah, I said 100% unallocated. I have the V's. I have the PHUX. Okay. Just a glitch in the matrix. Okay. It's not perfect, but it's what we got. So I'm going to put 50% in this one, right? Because that's the pool that I'm invested in. Why wouldn't I want to support it? But also, I'm going to do this all after the video's over. I'm also going to set it up. Oh, I got to confirm. What? No, it's already done. Okay. I'm also going to do this one, so I'll vote 50% here. Just keeping it simple. So it's confirming vote. I'm in the PLS and PHAME pool called the Pareto pool, and then I'm also in the pulsing for PHIAT, which is PHIAT and PLS. So it makes sense. There's other pools, but I don't have a lot of assets on this account, so that makes sense why I would do it this way. Hello. Pending. All right, that's through. Okay, so see this? It says pending. Votes are locked for 10 days. You won't be able to make any edits. Oh, they're locked for 10 days. Okay, I guess I can't change it even after the next epoch. Okay, so you got to get it right the first time. After the epoch flips over, you can change it again, or after those 10 days are up, whatever. You can change these vote percentages if you enter into different pools. But for now, it's locked. It's locked for 10 days. All right, no big deal. I don't care. I did what I wanted to do. So I come back to portfolio, and now I don't have any unstaked pools because I'm staked up and everything. And then this is my my staked prime PHUX. So whenever, now I don't have very much, but technically I am earning PHUX, and I could claim if there was some amount. But down here you see it's grayed out, and that's not a mistake. This again is only going to go into effect, or these values are only going to show at the turn of the next epoch. So be patient. Nothing is the problem. It is working as it is supposed to. So all right, that's good. Yeah, I think I covered a lot. I talked about GMX, talked about the monies we're making, the opportunities, the users. Users are pumping. We're up on that. Like, look at that trend. New users looking good. Man, excited. Okay, that's enough rambling. I'll see you guys later.